Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisleys says estrangement from brother Chase continues despite family reunion. Savannah Chrisleys is opening up about her strained relationship with her brother, Chase Chrisleys. Despite a recent family reunion, the siblings are still not speaking. "I haven't spoken to Chase in. I can't tell you when," Savannah, 28, revealed during an interview with Nightline on Tuesday, September 2. The Chrisleys siblings' relationship soured while their parents, Todd and Julie Chrisleys, were serving time in prison for bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion charges. Although the couple has since been released after receiving a pardon, tensions among their children remain unresolved. On their new reality show, The Chrisleys, Back to Reality, Savannah and Chase address their ongoing conflict. According to U.S. Magazine, Savannah claimed she carried much of the responsibility for the family during her parents' absence and felt unsupported by her brother. "I feel that I had so much pressure on me," she admitted. "I never felt so alone." Chase, 29, disagreed with Savannah's perspective, saying he had made multiple attempts to reconcile but felt rejected. "I've reached out and I've apologized for anything she feels that I've done or haven't done," he explained in a confessional. "I told her that I'm here when she's ready. I just don't think she's ready right now." Their younger brother, Grayson, sided with Savannah, accusing Chase of trying to fix their relationship only for the sake of the television cameras. "He does everything for the cameras," Grayson claimed. Family patriarch Todd Chrisleys, who also appears on the show, admitted he does not intervene in his children's disputes, People reported. "It's my job for both of them to know that I love them with all of my heart," Todd said. The show also highlights other long-standing family feuds, including Savannah and Chase's continued estrangement from their sister, Lindsay Chrisleys. Savannah recalled a past incident involving Lindsay and their niece, Chloe, that escalated into a heated argument with their mother, Julie. The fallout has yet to be resolved. Chase, meanwhile, expressed frustration with how his family has portrayed him on television and in interviews. "I know Savannah's trying to paint me out to be this big bad monster that's not there for the family, but that's just not the case," he said. "I want us to actually have a family relationship." For now, Savannah stands firm that she needs space. "At the end of the day, he is my brother and I love him," she shared. "But I also have to love myself too." Related articles. Chase Chrisleys arrested for allegedly slapping bar manager during drunken incident in Atlanta. Savannah Chrisleys reveals failed attempt to help brother Chase seek rehab treatment before bar fight arrest. The Chrisleys family has never been a stranger to drama, but for Savannah Chrisleys, the latest twist in her personal story has nothing to do with cameras, scripted scenes, or even her parents' ongoing legal struggles. It's something far more painful and far less fixable with a witty one-liner. Savannah, 27, has revealed that her estrangement from older brother Chase Chrisleys is still going strong, despite a much-publicized family reunion that had fans believing the siblings were finding their way back to one another. Instead, the reality star made it clear that the tension between her and Chase isn't something that can be smoothed over with a smile for the paparazzi. A family divided. The Chrisleys have always presented themselves as a picture-perfect Southern clan, full of sarcastic banter, expensive taste, and a love that seemed to outweigh even the most spectacular family squabbles. But as anyone who has followed them closely knows, things have changed drastically since Todd and Julie Chrisleys' prison sentences. With their parents behind bars, Savannah stepped into a guardian role for her younger brother Grayson and niece Chloe. That role alone placed a weight on her shoulders that even the brightest lipstick and most glamorous podcast setup couldn't disguise. Chase, meanwhile, appeared to be carving out a separate path, sometimes in support of his family, sometimes in silence. So when word spread that the Chrisleys were spotted together at a reunion-style dinner earlier this year, fans hoped the estrangement had ended. Social media buzzed with speculation. Had Savannah and Chase finally put their differences behind them? Savannah answered that question herself this week, and the answer was not the fairy tale ending fans hoped for. Savannah speaks out. On her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, she didn't hold back. People think just because you see us in the same room, everything's fixed, she said with a tight laugh that didn't quite hide the sting. That's not the case. Chase and I are still very much not in the same place we used to be. Her words carried a bittersweet honesty, the kind that resonates with anyone who has experienced family fallout. Reunions, Savannah suggested, don't heal wounds if the people involved aren't ready to face the truth of how deep those wounds run. It hurts, she admitted. It hurts not having my brother in my corner the way he used to be. But at the same time, I've learned not to force relationships, even if they're family. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is step back. The strain of responsibility. Part of the ongoing rift, sources close to the Chrisleys have hinted, stems from the immense responsibility Savannah took on when their parents went to prison. Suddenly, she was juggling legal battles, raising 2 kids, running her podcast, and defending her family's reputation, all while still trying to be a sister, daughter, and young woman figuring out her own path. Savannah herself has spoken candidly about the resentment that can creep in when one sibling shoulders more of the burden than another. There are days when I feel like I'm 40 instead of 27, she once said. I love Grayson and Chloe with everything I have, but the sacrifices I've had to make are real. Not everyone in the family understands that, and that's been hard. Fans speculate that this could be at the heart of her tension with Chase. Perhaps he feels misunderstood. Perhaps she feels unsupported. Either way, the bond they once flaunted on reality TV has fractured. Public perception versus private pain. The irony isn't lost on Savannah that much of the world still sees her relationship with Chase through the glossy filter of Chrisley knows best. To viewers, they were the golden siblings, mischievous, fiercely loyal, always ready to roast each other, but never truly divided. But reality television rarely shows the entire truth. Behind the laughter and Instagram-perfect smiles, Savannah suggests, were cracks forming long before anyone noticed. We grew up on TV, she reflected. We grew up having people judge our every move, pit us against each other, call us names online. That does something to you. And if you don't address it, it festers. The reunion that fans thought signaled healing, she explained, was more complicated. It was about being in the same room for the sake of the family, not about reconciliation. Those are 2 very different things. The emotional cost. Estrangement is never easy, but when it plays out under the glare of public attention, the emotional cost multiplies. Every interview Savannah gives, every Instagram caption, every podcast episode is scrutinized for clues about where she stands with her brother.